Good evening, everyone. It's Saturday night once again, and just like usual, we're here to celebrate our community with another great race. But I'm sure you've heard, and there really honestly isn't any easy way to say it. One of our friends is no longer here with us tonight. Our show tonight is dedicated in loving memory to Howard Hall, Ugg Rochester, a great Kaizo player, streamer, and above all, kind and supportive human being. I hope that many of you continue to share stories and kind words with each other. We're sharing a memorial video made by Pudge in chat so that you can experience this tribute in your own way, at your own time. And you'll see his logo down there on our overlay, reminding us that we're not alone. And through our mutual love of this game that we all share together, comes great friendship, great experiences, great emotion. Let's hang on to it while we can. And if you'd like to take a moment, just quiet, before we start tonight. I'm happy to be with you all here. Tonight, it's Romhack Races, week 206. Please put whatever kind of emotes you're feeling in chat, because tonight live from the fighting room at the Juz Cook Museum of Fine Porcelain Smug Emotes, we present a level that's sure to make you smile from GUI. The name of the game tonight is Slot Machine Man. The difficulty, length of longest section tonight, 5 out of 10. Brain power factor, 7 out of 10. Execution, 7 out of 10. It's a tough ask. I think these racers can pull it off. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hey, hi, hello, you made it. It's Romhack Races every Saturday night. We feature a never-before-seen Kaizo level from a maker in our community made specifically for the race you're about to watch. You can learn more and get the level patches for yourself. Join our Discord on romhackraces.com. My name is GlitchCat7. You gotta add the 7. That's the cat tail part of the logo. And I'll be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. If you have any questions, maybe about SMW mechanics or how the race works, feel free to ask in chat. You can always use ! Leaderboard in chat if you want to see the current leaderboard of finishers at any time. Our level was tested by volunteers in our community, Romhack Races staff. We have backstage sworn to secrecy. They work with the maker to ensure that the level will be fit to race, ready to go. Thanks, of course, tonight for our testers, Dark and Iron, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, SQL Infection, SJ and Charlie the Cat. And of course, we got Dr. No restreaming this, D to the 4th, helping with the website, creating the leaderboard, and just constantly being a source of good and wonderful ASM and tricks in our community. I already mentioned that. I'm GlitchCat. I don't know how many we have signed up tonight, but like I said, these racers have never seen this before. We got Revelug in the upper left. We got Halcyon in the upper right. B2, DE81 in the lower left. Nathan MG in the lower right. But, it comes up. How do you win a race like this? What's going on? Now, we say Romhack Races. We're here for everybody, so please feel free to, spam your favorite racers and emotes. Cheer everybody on. Don't get fooled if someone beats it really fast and everybody else beats it a minute later. Oh, no, they're bad. They're not. Because consistency at obstacles that you already have learned and potentially, perchance, mayhaps, a one-shot at something you haven't already seen before. This is a contest of sight reading, and a tough level at that tonight, so good luck. The racers are just going to have to put their skills together. In a level like this, consistency might end up winning the day, but we'll see how that dynamic works out. Is it going to be the racer who is more consistent at what they've learned, or is it going to be the racer who just gets a really good read, a clutch clear, a really good save on some obstacle? And from the looks of this intro screen, we're already in for some big time smiles. So please put your smiles in chat. It's Romhack Races week 209, a level by GUI, and I hope you're all ready to rock and roll here. We are ready to go. Ooh. I like this background here. Slot Machine Man. Welcome, racers. In this level, every jump will cost you 1 coin. Make sure to burn every possible sprite in order to get as many as you can. But you can still regrab even if you have no coins. Also, you're able to shoot more fireballs than usual. LNR is a fast reset. On-off switches will be triggered by your fireballs. All right. That seems like a lot, but I'm pretty sure the racers will be able to handle that. Not a whole lot. We just got to spend coins on jumps, and we can shoot fireballs super fast. Keep in mind, this is a really tough one on our scale, so it's not, we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up here. I also have never seen this, so I get to react right along with the racers, too. Looks like Nathan, MG, in the lower right, quick to pick up on these properties here. Shoot all the sprites that you can. If it moves, it's probably a sprite, and most sprites can be destroyed by fire. So there's a little dino rhino that falls down there at the start. That's a coin when you hit it with a fireball, and also the piranha plant. So 2 possible coins. You can't hit the bullets with fire, and that's just a Super Mario World vanilla thing. It doesn't really get used a lot, and I don't even know if it shows up in other Mario games, but for those that don't know, in Mario World, you can just you can hit sprites with fireballs and they turn into coins. I thought maybe the devs thought maybe casual players would want like more coins for extra lives or something. I don't know. Maybe like more of a reward for having the fire. But in any case, looks like these racers are picking this up really quick. Yeah, already making some moves. Halcyon and Nathan getting past that chuck jump. So yeah, first things first, they have to destroy the falling dino and the piranha plant. That gets them 2 coins. Avoid the red bullet bills, which I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume are indestructible because they're all red and flashing and menacing like. And avoid those, get over to the next side, having spent those jumps on the gray falling platforms. There's a piranha plant up there right to the right of the cement wall. Right over there to the right, right where it is. That's also going to be a coin. And so, these racers, put yourself in their position. Look ahead in the level, right? Take a look at what's coming up and what, are there any sprites that are going to be turned into coins? And that's probably how they're going to be structuring the next couple of moves that they make here. Nathan MG, keep an eye on the lower right-hand corner right now. B2DE as well on the bottom, getting a little bit of movement. But remember, this one, big in the execution department, big in the brain department. So these are tough tricks that are tough to figure out. This is actually, honestly, I mean this sincerely, this is some world-class gameplay that you get to see, like, tonight and every week on Romhack Races. Tonight in particular with how tough this level is. And I think, we've had some, I think, I don't know how many have signed up, but I think a lower number than usual sometimes for these tough ones. Yeah, this level, very, very difficult, so you're really getting to see what some brave, tough, perhaps foolish players can do with something really brainy and really execution heavy. So yeah, Nathan MG, no stranger to these sorts of races, brainy setups, easy setups, they do it all. And yeah, how to generate coins, that's the thing to always be looking at. And you can assume that's what these racers are always sort of looking at. Using the fireball up there, Revelo, you see doing that, shoots the on-off switch. We learned about that in the intro, but always check that out. If you see any on-off switches, okay, chances are you shoot them with a fireball. And sort of, that's a good way to start to understand a level like this, is even if you don't know what to do, look for ways that you can do what they said you can do. Does that make sense? I know that might be silly, but think about how, in the intro they said, coins are jumps and fireball hits on off. Okay, so look for ways to get that to set up, and you might see a way, yeah, that for Nathan to do that chuck obstacle. Also, good evening for everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I feel like I have not addressed chat tonight. How are you? Thanks for all the smiles and raids and everything. Thanks for dropping by. So yeah, Halcyon, look out. Halcyon in the upper right, a contender now. Oh, nice reads there, Halcyon. Very cool. There are a lot of different ways to hit that on-off switch. B2's thinking about it. Nathan MG also thinking about just what they're gonna do there. Yeah, you could hit it with a fireball, like we mentioned. You could throw the grab block upward to activate something. Grab blocks do that in the vanilla game too. Or you could hit it with your head. Which of those options? But you may notice that when you stand there in that spot where you pick the grab block up and you chuck it up, If you just let it come down and bonk your head, it gets nudged at an angle. And that's a cool thing because those nudges produce like a consistent angle. You could always count on that, right? And that's how GUI was able to make a consistent little setup for that. Revolug looks like they've got it. Yeah, check it out. Revolug in the upper left. They've dialed that in. That's a neat little trick because you can make an angle that's kind of awkward to hit any other way. And you've seen some other racers kind of trying Halcyon with a nice little up toss and kind of forward movement nudge. But that's the idea, is to just throw it up and just let your D-pad be neutral when it touches you again. You might think that it would get destroyed or something, but actually it just kind of gets bonked off. Oddly enough, too, I think... Well, no, that would happen with Shell. Yeah, that happens with Shells also. Excuse me. Never mind. So this is, like we said, consistency, right? Because a fair deal, right? Almost everybody on screen knows what to do now. They're all kind of at about the same point of learning. And so, of course, we got to get tries at the next obstacle. But in order to get that next obstacle, I feel like John Madden sometimes, but I'm sure most of you get this. I'm trying to break it down for the folks that don't. For those that are ahead of the curve, good job. You're excluded from the homework tonight. To get back to the part that you need to learn, you have to be consistent on what you already learned. And that's the dynamic of the race here. What's it going to be? And keep an eye on who does what. What's it really going to be? Is it going to be someone who doesn't need a lot of tries, but just has a clutch move, or someone who could get there over and over and over again? For example, Revolug there. Instead of recycling an attempt, they just paused. Just sat, looked at it, paused, think about it. Granted, you're not playing. Maybe you're wasting time in a race, or maybe you're going to brain it before everybody else. I know it's a strange way to put it, but, try to brain it. So I'm liking right now, yeah, Revolug. Check that out. That consistency, really dialing in that grab block section, has allowed them to get some more tries on the green shell section. And it looks like, yeah, based on B2, Nathan, and Halcyon, it looks like Revolug might be pulling out a little bit ahead right now, because from this setup, you can read a lot of things. And this is where Kaizo experience tends to come into play. If you've been around the block, if you've taken the first couple of tests, and now you're ready for the advanced class, you'll know that the triangles, usually, you see a triangle, you see a shell, you're holding a shell, you got a triangle. Usually that means that the triangles are going to ramp the shell around somewhere. And that's a good way that, sort of just by looking for... I feel like I'm pulling out a lot of school words here today, but by looking for context clues in your environment, you can sometimes read an obstacle quicker. We don't need any extra clues to know that trans rights are human rights, but when it comes to tricky Kaizo levels, sometimes the way might be a little more obscured. So by looking ahead, right? Look at Revolug. They're not actually slow right now. They're considering. They're pausing. They're thinking about it. They're looking at the situation. And yeah, Nathan MG working on that too. It's a I hate to sound like such a rule meister. It's a valid strat. It's pausing, pause, buffering. That's all, shall we say, legal in a race like this. And check this out, Revolug making a break for it. Upper left-hand corner, but remember, coins get you jumps, and Revolug is out of coins right now, so what are you going to do? Yeah, Revolug, all eyes in the upper left right now, because this is a read right now, and Revolug just gets a chance to learn as much as they can. They might not make it, maybe. B2 trying for that same part right below them. But at least they have a chance to learn. Learn and think about it, and especially in a race like this, it is usually beneficial to spend a little bit of extra time just to understand what you're doing. Maybe in an easier level race, you want to die and reset and get in there right away. But honestly, IMO, I'm not trying to be impartial about this all, but IMO, Revolug's making a good play here. Just taking a little bit of extra time to look at it, understand it. B2 as well. I think that's a sound approach. You can't get too excited in a race like especially with a hard level like this. Maybe an easier level, okay, you gotta run, but in a tough level, don't worry about the fact, oh no, it's 10 minutes, everyone's figured this out but me. They haven't. That's the secret. No one's figured it out. Maybe just you, or maybe nobody. So take your time, you know, think about it. It's very much a mental game at a stage like this. Now check it out. B2 looking to try some experiments. And that's pretty cool. Oh no. Oh wait, no, we were reminded of this. Yeah, B2. Oh, I hope they remember the message blocks. What did the wise message block tell them? Yeah, L and R will start them. We'll restart the level because this was a possibility. Good catch by the testers there. So man, is this some kind of dystopian future where jumps even cost money? Is this a genius cautionary tale? I think GUI may be GUI. Excuse me, I've said GUI forever. I'm stuck in that. I think GUI may be one of the great conceptual Kaizo artists of our time. By the way, you know, if you're excited by this one, GUI putting out all kinds of hacks on SMW Central. A maker I've really been excited to see kind of grow and prosper into someone else making this weird, wild, difficult, imaginative stuff. So if you're into that, SMW Central, it's got the goods. But here we go. Revelug trying to just sort this jumping dino out. Halcyon thinking about it. This is a level for consideration. A level for, you know, maybe sitting in the reading room, in the lounge, perhaps a den if you've got one of those, and sitting by the fire and considering, what does a plumber do? What do we all do? And fortunately, we schedule a lot of time for these broadcasts. 2 hours is plenty. And, you know, don't be fooled. That's, I guess my point here is, don't be fooled. Don't think to yourself, oh, they're bad. Someone's bad at this. This is tough stuff. This is, like I said, world class. Some of these tricks, some of these angles, to be able to read as much of this situation, internalize that information, and then do it repeatedly in 13 minutes, quite good, I dare say. So Nathan, yeah, also trying some ideas here. Looks like, so we got the green shell. You can see B2 going for it, Revelug kind of getting past it. Oh, and they missing a coin. And remember, you know, keep bringing this up, you know, maybe if you just joined us or whatever. Coins pay for jumps. If you don't have any coins, check the upper right-hand corner. That little coin logo equals 1, X1 or whatever. Coins equal jumps, and you got to pay for them. Then nothing's free in this level. So the players are looking for ways to obviously generate coins. Fireballs can do that. The coin block, when hit by an object, will also produce a coin. If blocking a coin and catch the falling coin. And I think Revelug might have an idea. This is an interesting property in Mario World, and what's really cool is they were actually taught this right at the beginning. It's some really cool level design from GUI. If the solution is what I think it is, I think it is. What I think it is. And so Revelug, yeah, keep in mind, yeah, Revelug up there in the upper left, but they had an extra coin. Now they can't jump because they have 0. I didn't see them spend it. But now Revelug's gotten an extra coin, and what's going on there? It turns out that those are called Dino Rhinos, by the way, and the big ones are called Dino Rhinos. Little ones, however, are called Dino Torch. I know that may be pedantic, but I didn't memorize the Super Mario World strategy guide when I was 12 years old for nothing, so you'll have to listen to it now. And when you jump on a Dino Rhino, it becomes a Dino Torch. However, Dino Rhinos, for some reason or another, are impervious to fire. You just can't hit them. They just don't do anything. I don't know if maybe if you could hit them multiple times, like a charge and chuck, which actually weirdly has like HP, and if you hit a chuck 5 times it dies, or like 2 times and then 1 jump or whatever. Chucks are strange. That's an interesting bit of trivia, which I don't know whether Dino Rhinos have some sort of HP, but I don't believe they do. They just don't take to fire. They don't care for it. They don't like it, and they're not damaged by it. So you couldn't shoot the Dino Rhino with the fire, but Gooey at the beginning taught us here that you need to shoot the little one, right? Remember at the beginning of the level when you jump on the big one, making it small? Here, Revelug's about to do it, upper left. But we were taught that, see here right at the beginning of the level, but you might not have noticed it if you didn't actually take a fireball shot at the big rhino. So that's like some cool kind of like, were you paying attention, taking notes for the test kind of teaching in the level design. I really like that, because it shows a neat little property that you wouldn't normally see. Usually there's really no reason to worry about that in regular gameplay. But that's what's going on here, and it looks like Revelug, looks like they're the first one to put that together, based on what I've seen here. So Revelug needs to get up off the shell and then land again on that big Dino Rhino before they could shoot a fireball to produce another coin. I feel like Charlie Day with the all the stuff is connected meme. Like, we gotta get the sprite on screen, and then you gotta shoot it to produce a coin, and then you use coins to pay for jumps, and then you use jumps across the pit, man. I get 5 of my friends to sign up, and then they buy jumps from me, and we all are rich in jumps. This is the first section. If you're just joining us, gimmick is coins pay for jumps. Racers are looking for ways to turn sprites into gold in order to get through. Revelug in the upper left with the most progress, but this being a tough and brainy level, we might see a little bit of a slower race than we might get normally. But that's okay, because it really gets you time to kind of get into the different styles of each racer, kind of analyze what they're thinking about and why. Revelug, again, just taking a minute to look at it. Yeah, it's super smart. If you can practice sort of playing the game in your head, you could do a lot better, right? The more you can kind of simulate the experience. Yeah, for those just joining us too, this is a very big brain level tonight. Longest section, 5 out of 10. Hardest trick to figure out, 7 out of 10. And hardest trick to execute, 7 out of 10. So tough stuff with tough solutions. But we don't always do really tough levels like this. We try to have something for everybody. And if you're kind of looking at this and thinking, whoa, this Romhack Races stuff seemed kind of cool, maybe I wanted to try it, but I don't think I could ever race a level that's really hard like this, don't worry. That feeling is shared by many, and we also have much easier Kaizo level races from time to time. Just sort of a mix of kind of what the maker's cooking up for us this week. We try to have a good diversity, a good range of stuff. If we only had one type, everybody else would miss out. So tonight's a tough one. Buckle up. I don't know. Go get some snacks. I bet if you're needed to get up or something, I bet you got a couple minutes if you want to just go grab a snack or get some water. 11 racers. That's cool though. There were some good last minute signups. Shout out to the scouts as well, letting us know kind of who's doing what. Maybe someone's pulling ahead or figured out an obstacle. A little bit of an easier night, I hope, for the scouts tonight, though, with just a little bit of slower progress. But again, this is a more cerebral level. Like, don't think that this is too hard or whatever. It's just a cerebral time. So sit back and enjoy. Consider with us the meaning of all Kaizo. And of course, if you have like any questions, anything you want to learn about, know about, please feel free to ask. That's totally cool if I haven't taught you something about how the mechanics work or whatever. That's totally cool. No stupid questions or anything. Don't feel like you're the only one that doesn't know. Everybody's here to learn. Have a good time. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, Doc, thanks for that gift sub to Trader. And thanks for a great level tonight there, pal. I gotta say, I am really liking this palette. I've been painting all day. Me, myself, watching movies and painting with my wife. And so I'm very focused on this palette right now. It's nice, kind of, just this chill kind of gray, white with the little stars. It's a good palette. I myself, tell me what your thoughts are in chat, but I myself am a sucker for the a vanilla type palette like this. I really like levels that look like they could have been in the original Super Mario World. I think that's largely based out of nostalgia for me. Growing up, being a kid playing the game and wondering and imagining what the other levels could be like at all. But it's always neat to see, because this is mostly built. You get some assets from the base ROM and some other graphics and stuff. The death blocks, the on-off, the dotted line blocks and things. But this looks like a super special world level from the original Mario. I like that vibe. What's your favorite type of aesthetic vibe, chat? Where are we at? What do you like more? Maybe vanilla aesthetic, maybe a little more chocolate. Not to say, not one over the other, but just what's your preference? At the ice cream parlor of Kaizo. Keep your eye too. B2DE81. I like saying their full name. It feels proper, like they're like title. Esquire. B2DE81 Esquire in the lower left. Now, they didn't pick up that one coin. They saw they had a shot for it, but they have made a little bit of progress right now and seem to have thought through some of these obstacles. But that one coin, that one coin bringing them down. But that is a lead change right now. Revelug maybe taking a little bit too much time to consider some of these obstacles. It may pay off in the end. And that's a lead change. B2 now with, you could say, the best progress, the most experience. They've been the farthest in this uncharted territory. Repurposed vanilla is kind of nice, actually. You know what has a lot of that? And like a broken record, you'll hear it from me. Super Mario Bros. 2 has a lot you can do with repurposed vanilla, where it glitches this way, but it just kind of looks cool. Okay, so yeah, Nathan. Okay, Nathan MG also with those 2 coins. So we're tied up, actually. Thanks. Good looking out there, Doc. Good looking out there, Doc. This level's a little bit tricky to see exactly who's gotten exactly where, especially when people are, taking time to sit and look at their surroundings. But we're all happy. It's pretty happy. It's pretty happy. Times might, it might even be tough. Being happy is not to gloss over the tough times, but to smile in spite of them. I feel brave enough for that. Nathan, being brave here, lower right. You cannot get a coin this way, can you? I was curious about that. I don't think you could get it. I don't think in that situation Nathan could have collected the coin. I just think that maybe I'm wrong. Because sometimes the top of the hitbox will overlap just enough. But it looks like in that case the coin's hitbox is situated squarely underneath Mario. B2 also, hey, putting 2 and 2 and B2 81 together. And yeah, it looks like they're catching up here. So it's B2 and Nathan and Revelug right now. And B2 has the extra jump. Oh, big progress. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it is probably impossible to collect the coin exactly in that way. You'd have to fall a little bit. If it were a green bean or a spring or an enemy in there you could bounce off of, then for sure you could collect it. All you have to do is get Mario's feet down a little bit. Heck, if you could clip through the wall or were standing in the floor, you could probably also collect it. But yeah, in that case, you just can't put his feet in that like lower right or left corner adjacent square. Yo, Revelug, look out. Oh, making moves here. Making up for lost time. And, oh, geez, B2, though, already ahead. And Revelug, yeah, taking the death. But B2, wow. What a nice little lead change there. So we've got our first H of the night, but I don't think there are many that are far behind. Nathan, yeah, they definitely see where to go. Revelug, they're analyzing. And, yeah, that read, though, puts B2 in the lead. So what's it going to be? Consistency or the one-shot? Revelug got there first. They had the most knowledge, but B2 was managed to clutch it out with less attempts. So you never know, right? Nobody's lead is safe. B2's lead, not necessarily safe right now, but this is really big because they get a lot of time to just learn. Granted, the racers don't know where each other is in the level. As far as we know, they're not watching everybody else's streams. But this gives B2 a lot of time, unopposed, to just learn things that everyone else is going to have to learn. And so same rules apply here. Coins, pay for jumps. No jumping without coins. And now there are many more sprites to hit and turn into coins. Revelug looking for it. Oh, no, but they know what to do. Ah, jeez. All right, and that's a learning moment for Revelug. Nathan looking for that same moment. But what the heck, Nathan? I beg your pardon. Nope, learning the same lesson. Those little donut squares are sprite killers. They will destroy the sprite completely. Now, you can quantum jump off those, but nobody's going to try to do that here because they don't give you a coin. What they need to do is hit the shell with a fireball before crossing that barrier so that it turns into a coin that is collected. Nice little trick at the end there. But again, B2 just unopposed right now. Getting coin blocks for coins, levitating those shells, and then, yeah, trying to hit them on the way down for extra coins. So keep your eye on the coin count. But wow, it looks B2 is really just kind of getting a lot of knowledge here. Yeah, next thing for B2 to do is to kick that green shell up and put it in front of the kicking Koopa. But there it is, Nathan. What's up? All right, now we got a race here, and Nathan definitely knows the game. Look at them just going right for that coin. Bottom half of your screen right now in the lead. Yeah, if you haven't seen the racer you're looking for yet, don't worry. We got scouts watching out, and we do try to feature everybody on a cycle. If we had all the racers, sometimes you wouldn't be able to see anything. It'd be too tiny. So about the most we can fit on screen at once is 4. And there it is, Revelug for the H. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful level design. Did you notice that? Great level design there from GUI. GUI, excuse me. I keep saying GUI. That's just their. Excuse me, GUI. That's your name. Don't wear it out. But great level design there. If you don't react after falling out of the pipe, you still manage to touch the tape for the H. So if imagine punishing that. You get there and then you didn't move fast enough. That one gets kind of mean. Whereas the trick before the pipe was kind of cool. Notice that, right? Like, it didn't always used to be that way, but in the modern age of Kaizo, you could say most of the time, not as a rule, but most of the time, the expectation is pipe equals checkpoint or safety. So if you're going to troll them, if you want to give them a little cheeky little haha trick gotcha right before, do it before the pipe and not after the pipe, right? Well, the pipe says you got it. If they get trolled, then your player kind of feels ripped off, If they do it before the pipe, then they say, okay, I got it. It's my fault. It's just like, yeah, they see that they're almost there, Don't rob them before they win, not after. That's just this IMO, not a rule, but just GC7 level design, school of thought. B2 making huge moves here. But yeah, Revelug making up for lost time with that consistency. They are getting the green shell up to the Koopa there, but they are skipping one of those Kaizo outlined coin blocks. And I wonder, yeah, see, they're not able to jump up to Yoshi. So that is technically, I think, progress. The most progress. But yeah, what are you gonna do, pal? Because you run out of coins there, even though you've collected every possible opportunity. We'll see if Revelo can maybe solve that. Or maybe somebody in chat can see the solution. Hey, yo, let's go! Germdove. Our scouts have informed us there's some progress a-brewing. So check out Germdove in the upper right. You can take the troll meta as many layers deep as you want, as long as it lands somewhere. Well, you know what? That's not a rule either. And looks like B2, yep, they're up on Yoshi. And so here's something about Yoshi. Fun fact, when Yoshi eats something, that counts as a coin. So berries or baby Yoshi, I believe, wait, am I right? I think I'm right. Baby Yoshi eating something counts as a baby Yoshi eat, but also as a coin. As well as Yoshi swallowing an object that was held in his mouth too long, or actually just tongue extension, blah, blah, and eating something. That gets you a coin. I genuinely, I've never had to consider this before, but I really feel like it is this way in vanilla, probably because the devs just kind of wanted little ways to help regular players out. Little things to make it easier for you. You just accumulate more lives as you play. You know, if you're riding on Yoshi, or if you keep the fire, then you also have, you know, you just generate more lives. You get like double power. But we have ourselves a genuine, bona fide, authentic, factory sealed, original race. No clear winner right now. And I really, really like the sort of match in skills. Revelug, though, getting to the Yoshi. So right now it's B2 and Revelug at the Yosh. And keep in mind, we're 30 minutes in. One thing to consider with difficult levels like this, which most of these players have good experience. Big time experience playing stuff like this, but keep in mind that this gets grueling after a while. It's something not necessarily talked about in this way, I don't think, when it comes to super tough levels, but they really can be an endurance contest, especially a race. We haven't had a clear yet, and we're 33 minutes in. That's an endurance race for sure. And the skills and the mental, physical fortitude to kind of keep playing at a very high level for 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours. That's very impressive. That's one reason why I'm always really, I'm extra impressed. People, oh, if a racer didn't, say they finished, it was an easier level, but, sometimes we have racers who take a little bit longer on some of the easier Kaizo levels. They're learning. But I'm really impressed with that because, heck, that means you've had the fortitude to stick with that for as long as you have, And yeah, there we go, Halcyon. Trying to make up for lost time. I'm saying it's a bona fide race. Revelug, Halcyon, B2, and Nathan right now, all on the second screen. And Revelug and B2 trying to figure out what to do with this next big Dino Rhino here. Halcyon or Nathan could catch up, we'll see. I really like the baseball chuck obstacle, having to hit both of those Kaizo blocks for the coin, but then also needing to dodge the baseball chuck baseballs. I've really felt lately the baseball chuck's my favorite of the chuck. I like them a lot. They make the most sense, So this is the battle of experience versus one-shots. Is it going to be Revelug or B2 with a little bit more time? Or is it going to be Halcyon just on a tear right now? one more time, again, if you got questions or want to learn something, you know, I didn't explain something, let me know. B2, though, look out. That is a rough section. Now, we didn't even mention there's an auto scroll at work here. And it obviously will crush you if you get too far to the edge, but that does mean that some of these moments are on a timer. And, you know, normally you think, okay, an auto scroller, that means always go fast, but it isn't always like that. Sometimes, and I think a good auto scroller will get the player to hesitate in a particular way. Because if you think about it, that's the last thing you want to do here, right? You got to go. Oh, man, the auto-scroller, it's coming. You got to roll. We got to go, Morty. But actually, just hesitate. And, whoa, look out, Revelug. Oh, that's knowledge. Yeah, hesitating a little bit when you get that Yoshi might be the play in order to line the bullet up better. So what's happening there? Keep your eye, though. Revelug in the upper left. And, oh... B2, yeah, I wonder. B2 getting squished. That is correct. The gimmick is that coins pay for a jump. One jump equals one coin, so like, share, and subscribe. Racers are going around trying to find ways to create coins. The boxes, the outline blocks, fireballs, turning enemies into coins, so on and so forth. So here's Nathan again. And yeah, Nathan going for the tongue extension on the Yoshi. B2, however, is not. And this is an interesting kind of thing. Because remember, this is a brainy level. And it might be easy to think that you're doing the right thing or to think you have it all figured out. And that's exactly the moment when you don't question your assumptions. And that's important. So you got to figure that in a Kaizo level, and these players are very experienced, they should know, in a Kaizo level, you're not usually given something you don't actually need. And if you want to see how it's done, here goes Revelug again in the upper left. But no dice on that falling platform. This is a cool setup, really, that GUI's got for us. Oh, wait, excuse me, is Revelug actually... maybe they're going for some cheese. Yeah, wait, Revelug still is... Revelug is not hitting both of those outlined Kaizo blocks. And an H for Germ Dove, making it 5 at the checkpoint now. Yeah, all the other racers are hitting both of those outlined Kaizo blocks. But you know what? I guess, no, because you're spending one. Yeah, you know what? You don't need them. You're spending a jump. You're just taking one away and then putting one back. It's redundant. And since you only need one block to... Yeah, since you only need one block to cross the gap anyway. Huh, okay, no, that makes perfect sense. This is also, for most times, this is also my first time also seeing the level. Me in the commentator's seat, I like to try to put myself in the position of the racers. You know, because if I know everything that's coming up, maybe I don't react as well sometimes. I don't get surprised, too, but this helps me, like, explain it as though you were there. It's just as though you were Revelug, racing the race of your life. But so Revelug has understood something, which is that, you know, eating Yoshi, the Bullet Bill, Halcyon, yeah, also going for the bounce. Yoshi can bounce off that stray Bullet Bill, but Yoshi would probably rather eat the Bullet Bill, because that will generate a coin. Looks like Nathan has also kind of put that together. And Revelug has also gotten to show off something kind of cool here. B2, no, oh, they might be going for it. B2's about to learn it, but Revelug knows it. Notice that there's a coin there. Hang on. This could be it. This could be, oh! Oh, we're learning so much. Oh, this is huge for Revelug. Yeah, look at that. They just get to stand here, getting all this great knowledge. Nathan, though, lower right. Watch out. Nope. So there's something kind of cool going on with that note block. If you notice, there's a coin situated right above it. If you bop the note block from below, you collect that coin, but weirdly, you also transform the square above the note block into a solid block. It's just a solid block of air. I don't really know why. I think it has to do with the note block bounce animation where it bounces up into the block above it, kind of like block duping. But in any case, that's how Revelug is able to get through that obstacle, because they get the coin, and then they create the empty block of air, which allows them to run across. You can run across one empty tile, but not two. It's very obscure tech, and the cool thing going on here is check out how GUI was able to sort of get the player to do this without them really needing to know that it worked that way. That's a really cool trick of level design, and I think one of my favorite things is, like, you didn't even need to know this property. You could just kind of figure out how it worked and then have this moment where you say, oh, that's really cool. I never knew that. Great level design. That's a really nice touch, right? Teach them something without them even needing to know how it worked at all. Just get something cool to happen, right? Because what else would you do? Even if you don't know that you're going to create that invisible bridge for yourself, you know that you need to get the coin. And, oh, geez, Revelug knows that they need the coin. Oh, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I know, GUI and cool setups, an iconic duo. Like pinball and more pinball. Got pinball on the brain lately. Revelug, though, has got nothing but this pipe. Wow, look at this laser beam consistency. Unreal. The double fireball shot. Let's go. And a shell jump, but is there a trick? Oh, wait. Revelug. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that was funny. That was real funny. I like that a lot, and we'll see how well Revelug's consistency is going to get rewarded here. Look at this laser beam focus. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But look, notice how they tried to outgame it, right? When the first coin went down, they didn't just immediately jump. You know what I mean? They stood there for a minute. They thought about it, and they said, no. No, I'm not going to do this. And I think that's pretty smart. So it's a race to get back there. And look at that. Look at that strats from Revelug. Those double fireball shots are really nice. Yeah, B2 may be having some issues. That's rough. Excuse me. We'll help out with that. Look into that. Wanted to give a big shout out too while we're hanging out here. Shout outs from GUI to Louis Douce, who really helped also playtest and work to show some RTA setups for this. We have in-house playtesters as well, and Louis Douce, add that name to our list. A great player themselves. So thanks for helping out with this one this week, Louis. So this little bit of a delay, we could see a change up here. Revelug has not secured the win yet. They know everything they got to do, but could it be Halcyon? Oh, well, look out! Yeah, looking at a change up here, where we need that. You know, you got to still maintain that consistency. So. Is it going to be Halcyon now, who has now seen the end? I really like the dynamic in this level that GUI has between sometimes you want to shoot the shell or the object, and sometimes you don't. I think levels in general are kind of more fun. If you have a gimmick like this, where like, okay, shoot the sprites to get coins. Sometimes you want to do that, and sometimes not. It makes an interesting duality. And could it be Halcyon? Not this time. Okay, Revelug. And there's the up pipe. Now they know. You know what you're doing here. Okay. Good win. A solid win and a 45-minute, 20-second clear. That's good. That's good endurance. That is really good endurance. And Revelug takes it home tonight. 5. Yo, everybody, put some GGs up. Put your favorite Romhack race emotes or something from your favorite racers. First place. Nice job, Revelug. Of course, you know, I'm sure already. We're here to support everybody. So hang out a little bit. Let's see what everybody else has to do here. Looking for the podium to round out. It could be Halcyon, could be Germdove, Nathan MG. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, very cool setups tonight. Well designed. I've gotten to see a lot of Gooey's work over the years. It's been really interesting. Really, it's just keeps coming up with these really tough, brainy setups. You love to see it. Revelug with the first place. Hey, if this is how you're finding out about that, congratulations on first place tonight. First place win. GG. Looks like Halcyon's got the right idea now in the upper right. Jank Pickle moving through that second section in the upper left. Germdove in the lower left and Nathan in the lower right. Oh, wow. Yeah, Nathan schmoovin'. Absolutely schmooved. Holy moly, let's go. Nathan MG, keep your eyes on the lower right-hand corner. What will they do? Oh. All right, that's good reactions. They went for it. Yeah, they went for it, and they saw the coin. They jumped for it. I don't know if they knew about, well, they presumably no way they would have known about that Kaiser block being there, but yep, they saw that coin and they went for it. All right. GG, Nathan. A very tight win. Check that out. What's that? Less than a couple of minutes between first and second tonight. Isn't it interesting how racers of very different styles, different experience levels, sometimes, depending on the night, depending on the obstacles, you never know. Or, even to just have two racers just right there at exactly the same point. Is that Nathan on the raid? Thanks for the raid. We got Mr. Hank Scorpio in the lower right. We got Germdove in the lower left. Halcyon in the upper right. And Jank Pickle in the upper left. Yeah, Nathan coming in for the second. Sorry, I should have mentioned that out loud. That's a second place tonight. Well done. Yeah, you went for it. Got that coin falling down and out the door. Mr. Hank Scorpio famously has got a lot of sugar, but it's not in packets. It's one of those things, He's having a little trouble with the government. Well, post some of the emotes of the streamers and racers that are #1 in your heart. Hang out with us. We're looking for third tonight. Jank Pickle, Halcyon, Germdove, and Mr. Hank Scorpio. That's Mr. Hank Scorpio to you. Oh, the Denver Broncos. You just don't understand charging chucks, Marge. Again, if you're just joining us from the raid and you have a question, you want to learn something about the level, jumps are paid for with coins in this one, so trying to turn sprites into coins. Halcyon, nice crouch. That is such a smart move. And what's it going to be, Halcyon? Back again. Really smart play, though, from Halcyon. Did you see that? They crouched when they wanted to do the shell jump. Why did they do that? Because you're not going to accidentally shoot a fireball while you're crouching. And that's a really smart move. If ever you find yourself in a situation where they're trying to kind of trick you in a level by making you do a shell jump, but you have fire, so when you re-grab Y after throwing the shell, you just shoot a fire and destroy it. You can get around that by doing what Halcyon did and just crouching. That's a really smart play. Crouch is safe because once you're in the air and you're crouching, you won't uncrouch. So let's say there's a big shell jump section that you have to do with all fire. Just crouch, and then you won't have to worry about stray fire. In fact, don't even use that just for shell jumps. Use that for all kinds of things, right? If you don't want to shoot a stray fireball, if you don't even want to have to worry about that, and you're not punished for doing it for some reason in the level, just crouch. Just don't not crouch. Just don't not crouch. To beat those Kaizos. 1, 2, 3. Here's little old tip that's trouble free. GC7 guarantee. Guarantee void in Tennessee. Just don't stand. Just don't stand. Oh, yo, Big Eye, you can count on me. Well, that's the thing about doing the two magics, is because you're spending a coin to make one. So no matter how many of those blocks you hit, you wind up coming out of there with 0. You're just building a ramp for yourself. So it doesn't really matter if you hit 1 or 2 of the outlined Kaizo blocks, because the result is the same anyway. The trick to running over empty one-tile gaps, I'm sure most of you know this, but if you don't, the trick to doing that is to be holding jump while you're standing on the ground. And that's a good little trick to have up your sleeve in case you have to ever go work for Hank Scorpio. Is, when you're, we all know about regrabs and jumping, whatever, but when you're just standing on the ground, you can hold the jump button down, right? You'd have to let it go and repress it. But you can just be holding the jump button on the ground, and in so doing, you can run over one-tile gaps, and you can also have slow fall immediately when you run off the edge of something. And sometimes that's really beneficial, so keep that in mind. Thanks to the raid, Halcyon, the 3rd place. Great work, GG. Great. I was talking about the extreme benefit of your crouch strat to get into the pipe at the end from the shell jump. Smart move. Not going to shoot the fire. It's a super smart play if you want to avoid that. We got Jank Pickle, B2, Germ Dove, Mr. Hank Scorpio. And yeah, yo, scroll up in chat a sec, and if you're enjoying this, GUI has hacks, actually a couple of hacks on SMW Central. If you like this kind of style, I highly recommend their other work. You can go and download it for yourself, check it out. Also, too, and I don't know, but I'd love to start talking more about this. GUI, you yourself, I know you're hanging out. If you have anything that you'd like to share in terms of just what else you're doing, if you, I don't know, if you make art or do other indie stuff or do commissions for something, please let us know. I would love to, put more eyes specifically on if and what things other makers, are actually doing. So, their trader in chat, please feel free to just say, hey, promote whatever you're trying to promote. Talk to us if you have something you want to say about the level, or, something to add. That is perfectly cool. Well, I wouldn't say that. Hey, don't be hard on my friend. They made a cool level. And it's a good time. I just want to make more of a more of a stage for the makers in these races. I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. These are made by people every week who have, put forth their time and energy to work with us, work with the testers, and to just design the dang thing in the first place. And for 200 weeks running now, we have had more than 200. We've had really kind folks that have stepped up to that, to just do that, for its own sake. We appreciate that a lot, and I would love to do more to sell up the makers, celebrate what they're doing. If I can do more, if you have thoughts and ideas about ways that we as Romhack Races could do better, I am all ears. Please just let us know, speak up anytime. But, these are all made by people who are very talented and volunteer their time and energy. So big thanks, big respect. We do have many unique creators, and I think that's a great strength of Kaizo. It's why I've always this is a personal thing, but it's why I've always personally balked at the notion of having some kind of formula. Well, we need to define Kaizo. It has to say it has this and this and this and make the rules for it, because I felt as soon as you say what it can be, you're saying what it can't be. And we benefit greatly from having so many people who are trying to bend the rules, right? That's the whole point. It's not a thing where you follow the rules of making Kaizo. It's like Magic the Gathering. You bend the rules to your advantage. You interpret Kaizo in a way. And these endless interpretations from different diverse creators, those are the things that create the really good feedback in terms of inspiration and creativity. We're not going to inspire each other if we just follow a tight formula. Also, thanks for dropping by. I see nothing but friend names in chat. Philip Jeffries, Silence, Spud, Darkenine, our good friend. Of course, Gooey, Halcyon, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for making Romhack Races a little part of your Saturday. Hope it could bring you a smile or two. Germ Dove, Mr. Hank Scorpio, B2, Jank Pickle, all of them working hard. B2. Poof. That fast reset, though, using LNR for the super fast jellyfish reset. And hey, as though it were possible to fit even more hype into our brains right now. I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek with respect to the situation. As though it were possible. We got KLDC coming up pretty soon. Kaizo level design contest, twice annual on Super Mario World Central. Everybody shows off the latest and greatest stuff they've been working on, the weirdest, wildest ideas you've ever seen. I myself will be judging along with some other friends from the community. It's a great time. Submissions are closed now, so if you wanted to submit, too bad. Wait until next time and get inspired for next time by watching some of the judging streams and everybody in our community who's going to be checking out all the creativity that people have put forward. It's a great time. Get ready for it. I think judging will start any day now. Heck, maybe tomorrow. Maybe pound for pound the most stacked ever. Well, Doc would be one to know as a really helpful organizer and community leader in that regard. Help kind of keeping us all on track. Everything documented and organized. We so appreciate that. I'm really excited because I get to play 70-some of the weirdest, coolest KLDC levels we've ever seen. Who knows who comes out to make one, too. You never know who you're going to see. Wait, you may have made one and not realized it? Are you addressing me specifically or just anyone in chat? Are you saying that I may have made a KLDC level and didn't know it? Maybe I did. I've been known to do that, I guess. I do have 2 levels that are lost. Oh, well, I mean, maybe. Honestly, as a judge, I kind of thought about it. I kind of thought about, like, submitting, like, a joke level that, like, looked really hard, and then it just went to a pipe, and it was just like, oh yeah, this level was made by Glitch Cat just to give the judges a break. You're welcome. But I don't know, I might not want to break with all the fun action. It's going to be a great time. KLDC always brings out, I think, some of the best in our community, and I am, on my honor, ready to do as best a job as I can for everybody. B2 in the upper right here in our race tonight. Trying to get through. Keep an eye. They may be making some moves here soon. Jank Pickle also needs that Yoshi tongue grab. I do, though. I have 2 levels that are permanently lost. Unless they show up somewhere on an old SD card or something. They were good levels, but when my hard drive crashed, they're gone. I don't think I ever shared them with anyone. In the future, though, I came up with a foolproof plan. I'll never lose level data ever again. I know what to do. I'm going to print them out on paper. Once I'm done, I'm just going to print out the map of them in like Lunar Magic or SMB2 Edit or whatever. Just going to physically print them out on a physical freaking piece of paper. And then I'm going to put them in a little book or a little folder. And then if anything bad were to happen to one of my levels and all the level data is gone, I won't like it. But, oh, hey. Yo, Mr. Hank Scorpio with a little cheese strat. I didn't even notice that until now. But yeah, once I have those images, I can store them on paper. But GitHub, I don't know, I might lose my password or whatever. No, they're going on physical paper. And that way I'll never lose them again. And even though I don't want to, if I had to, I could rebuild the entire thing block for block from scratch. If I had the image of it. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then just hope I never actually have to use that. Germdove kind of looking close for the end here. And B2, yeah, going for that other try. Oh, I see. They're skipping. Yeah, they can't skip that fire for that piranha plant. I really like that. I like Mr. Hank, or Mr. Hank Scorpio's cheese here. They, instead of shooting that Koopa once with fire like everybody else is doing, they bop the Koopa, get the naked Koopa out of its shell, and then those are 2 sprites that you could shoot. So they come up 1 coin ahead at that section. So they have an extra jump. Yeah, with paper I can make a whole making of scrapbook. Have behind the scenes notes and illustrations. Feel like a real game developer. A real video game divinator. Always wanted to get into video glom development. Okay, that was a stretch. I'm sorry. I took that joke a bit too far. I just wanted to come up with... I was just like kind of doing yes and. I want to come up with more funny ways to say video game development. But at this point, it's, you know, what are you going to do? Look at that disco ride from Germdove. Let's go. Bouncing on that disco to get the 2 coins. Ow! And that's the peril. That is the peril of not crouching. Right? You're holding the shell. Yeah. Yeah, now it's time to crouch, Germdove. Yep, now it's time to crouch. Excuse me. That's the peril of not doing that, right? Because you're holding down Y to hold the shell. Then you release Y to throw the shell. And then you want to repress Y so that you're running, right? So that you have that run in the air. You can do that in Mario World. You can unengage and re-engage your run in the air. You don't actually have to be on the ground. But the peril of that when you have fire is that when you repress Y, you'll shoot the fireball, destroying the shell. So that's the value of the crouch, right? That's what Halcyon was avoiding by doing a crouch before they left the ground, because you're locked out of shooting fire when you're crouched. So now it's consistency. Gotta get back. Yo, you're happy to have found this tonight? Thanks. I'm glad everybody's having fun. We do these every Saturday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, with a fresh level. Made fresh that week, or, you know, recently, whatever. But no one's ever seen it, is the point. Nobody's seen the level yet. Racers haven't seen it. Tested, they saw it. But other than them, nobody. So every week you get something new. Welcome to join up if you want to. The signups are on the website. Or just browse the catalog of patches if you think this looks cool and want to play it for yourself, but you don't want to race. That's also cool. Or if you just want to hang out and have a fun time, that's also cool. There's not a lot that isn't super cool when it comes to this kind of thing. We have fun here. Yeah, no stale levels. Growing little blue spots on them. Not for us. Only the finest, handmade, homegrown. Homegrown. But y'all are fun. How's your night going? There's only, like I say, sometimes there's only so much play-by-play I can give on exactly the same obstacles. If you're wondering why something is happening, please ask. That's perfectly cool. Don't think it's a dumb question or whatever. I hope you want to learn. I would love to encourage that. B2, look at that. Oh! Oh my gosh, that's so smart, though. Oh, it would be so smart. Wow, that was such a smart play, though. B2, maybe that was an accident, but that looked intentional. B2 took damage on the disco shell so that they could safely do the shell jump without shooting the fire. That would have worked. It did work if it weren't for you lousy meddling kids ripping monster masks off old greedy land robber barons like it's just a game for you. Well, I've got something to tell you. I didn't inherit all my father's golf courses just to be yelled at by some punks and their dog. Why don't you get out of here? Go say zoinks at the jazz festival. Okay. Anyhow. Could we get a zoinks in chat? Jank Pickle, upper left. Looking sharp. 2 shots. Oh, man. What a strat, though. That's very smart. That's a good play. But, again, as it is with a lot of Kaizo levels, you are generally given everything you need. Right? So if you're not told specifically, hey, this is where you lose the power-up you were given, it might not be the place. Although I really love the brain involved with that strat, kind of trying to think out ahead of what it might be. It's smart. I give cool points for that strat. Not to say that should be how it works, but it's just a very... that's the right answer. Even though they fail the question in that case. Like, they technically are correct. A real Jankies moment. Like, wow! Hey there, Louis Douce. Thanks for helping out with this race level this week. Always a kind individual. If you're having fun tonight, go and follow the racers. We have some wins, exclamation leaderboard in chat. We'll bring that up for you. You can go and check it out right over there. Gimmick here is that jumps cost 1 coin. So you got to find ways to create coins. Yoshi eating something, Kaizo block, fireball into a coin, something to create coins. Also, big smiles. If you're not smiling while you play, Miyamoto will personally come and wreck the stuff in your room a little bit. Just get it kind of dirty, you know. Throw some potting soil on things. If you don't pay a coin for jump, how's Miyamoto gonna feed Mario and Luigi? Jank Pickle. Oh! The disco shell rather needs to hit the what's that thing called? Coin block. Needs to hit the coin block. Meaning you have to be far enough right on the screen that you will pull the disco over that way. That's nice dual purpose. B2 in the upper right. Don't want to let the disco hit the red shell. That's nice dual purpose though, that the disco, you need to hit a block with it, but then the disco also acts as a blocker for the grab block that you're throwing upward to hit the coin block up there. Because remember, that's also going to give you a jump coin. Not Jump King. Similar, but this one's a coin. And yeah, that is fair, and that's something that I didn't really think about, but yeah, Mr. Hank Scorpio doing a little alternate strat here, but in so doing, they waste extra time at that part. And normally that wouldn't matter, except for this is an auto-scroller. Auto-scroller Sparta, if you will. And that matters immensely because now screen position becomes an issue as B2 in the upper right. What are you going to do, pal? Oh! Whoa! Hey! And there's a clear. Nice job. B2 DE81. Good clear. Hour 13 minutes. What a grind. I mean, think about that. That's some hardcore Kaizo video gameplay for an hour and a quarter, just about. That's a long time. That's 2 episodes of Doug Funny on Nickelodeon. That's exactly the amount of time it takes to count every second in an hour. That one didn't make sense. There's more than those seconds in an hour. I was trying to think of something funny, and I failed miserably. That one didn't make any sense at all. That joke was ridiculous. I'll have to write new words to that joke by erasing it and writing a new joke in its place. My friend said he liked tomatoes. I waited for him to say cherries before I realized he liked tomatoes just. Okay, that joke was also ridiculous. We got Chef Boy Eric in the upper right-hand corner of your television. Working on the first section, working hard. Jank Pickle in the upper left, second checkpoint. Germ Dove, lower left, second checkpoint. Mr. Hank Scorpio getting cheesy in the lower right-hand corner. Yo, Chef Boy Eric, though, here we go. They've got the strats. But they need to, yeah, move fast enough to get that coin. GG B2. Good race in spite of obstacles. All sorts of obstacles. Thanks you for the raid. Big brain stuff tonight. GUI again, our maker. If you're down for this kind of thing, check out more of their work. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shout it out. I am just kind of hanging out with everybody. What's on your mind? Like I said, you know, I mean, we get to a point in the evening where there's only so much like play-by-play I'm going to do on exactly the same stuff. But don't even make the mistake that these racers are doing poorly. This is tough stuff, and I think we're going to see some more good moves. Jank Pickle, speaking of good moves, look at that. Oh, watch out, buddy. Oh, oh, excuse me. I'm allergic to running out of coins, I guess. They tried for another jump, but they couldn't jump because they used their coin. Yeah, well, they didn't go for the shell jump because I think they were afraid of missing it with fire, or hitting it with fire, rather. But then once they landed, oh, you can't jump again. Yeah, we got a clear coming up soon from Jank Pickle. Chef Boy Eric, man, gonna get to that checkpoint soon. You heard it here first. I really like that looping around shell trick in the first room. This is on the upper end of difficulty as far as Romhack Race goes, but I think this is a really nice example of that. It's good to have levels like this every now and then. The endless creativity, man, I'll tell you. Every week, right here on Romhack Races, you get to see something brand new. You get to see something fresh, something exciting, something that doesn't look like last week's level. There's something really special about that. Imagine if Kaizo required quarters per death. Wowee. You can get the new coin slot attachment for your SD to SNES. It only plays when you put quarters in. Well, what about Kaizo, but you get 99 lives for a quarter, or 99 lives for a buck? Do you think that you could beat? How much would it cost you? You know, what if you get 99 lives for a buck? What games could you beat? Oh, Chef Boy Eric, that was so close, yo. They were right there. And they just had to jump more. Yeah, I feel like I could beat Quickie World on 99 lives. Yeah. You know, oddly enough, I have actually gotten to play Super Mario World on an arcade cabinet. In my adventures in gaming, I went to a con one time that had a. It was just like the Super Nintendo. It was like a Super Nintendo emulator with an arcade control panel in an arcade cabinet. Does that make sense? Like it was just I don't know what emulator it was, maybe RetroArch or something, but it was just like an interface, and it was just like in the cabinet, Oh no, Chef Boy Eric, that consistency though, man, I'm rooting for you. So actually, I have played Mario World like on an upright cabinet. It's kind of silly. I mean, you're better off just playing on PC emulator with a fight stick. If you want that, you might as well just do that. It's probably gonna have better parts in it anyway. I like those speedrun challenges, yeah. But my favorite would always be Speedrun Skee-Ball. Speedrun Skee-Ball. Dwango AC and the Taskbot crew 1 year at AGDQ took a regular ordinary game of Skee-Ball. You know, Skee-Ball, you roll the ball, get it in the little hoops at the end, goes up the ramp. They took a regular ordinary game of Skee-Ball and transformed it, transmogrified it. Jank Pickle down for the count. They transmogrified it into Speedrun Skee-Ball. And that was chaos incarnate in the best possible way. Basically, they added an Arduino computer or whatever and some sensors to, like, track your progress in Skee-Ball, right? Like, where the ball landed in which target or how many points you scored. And they had a series of different challenges you could pick. And then you did, you know, speedrun Skee-Ball. And the one of the most popular challenges was like a high score. You know, I forget what the number of points was, but you basically just free play until you score, just pretend, call it 100,000 points. I don't remember the real number. And, you know, get the fastest speed run to 100,000 points. Okay, that sounds great on paper, doesn't it? Well, it sounds great in real life too, until you put it at GDQ and people start taking it very seriously. Now, keep in mind, this was awesome. This was hilarious. Nobody actually got hurt, but the amount of people that I saw, myself included, absolutely smack your wrists off that silly freaking Skee-Ball speedrun game, trying to whip those Skee-Balls as fast as possible was amazing. Literally everyone there. GG Chef Boy Eric, it was a matter of time. Literally everybody there. You go in and there's someone standing in front of that machine just wham, 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 just trying to chuck these things as fast as possible. Everybody had like a bruise or like some bloody knuckles because of the freaking speedrun Skee-Ball. It was so exciting that it was like dangerous, you know? It was easy to get carried away with the speedrun Skee-Ball. They ended up building a duct tape padding over the metal lip of the machine. That's super funny. We just didn't expect how much people would really be all about it. Thank you very much, Buddha Sandwich, for the Prime Gaming. What a friend. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Germ Dove, ready for the clear in the lower left. Hank Scorpio, Chef Boy Eric, Jank Pickle, looking good. Jank Pickle trying to get back, but yeah, we got everybody on screen on the second section right now before your very eyes. A very, very tough level tonight. 6 out of 10 overall. Really brainy setups. So this has been a really tremendous grind for these racers who are still playing at an hour and 24 minutes in. Still using all their skills and wits and brain power. Wits and brain power are slightly different things. Don't worry about it. Jank Pickle. Up. Over. No problem. Waiting even a little bit with those iframes. A very fair ending once you get through the pipe. GG Jank Pickle, a well-earned clear. Good job. And now we've got how many racers locked, and we need only a couple more for multi-ball. One of these days, Romhack race level is just going to be a pinball, and no one's going to know what to do. But thank you all so much. Here we go. Germ Dove, lower left. Oh, you don't have a coin. Oh, they got the bounce off the lip, though. That's cool. But thank you all so much, once again, for making Romhack races a little part of your Saturday. Sight reading Super Mario Kaizo races every Saturday on a fresh new level. Smash that follow button or tap it gently. However you're feeling, you know, it's all good. If you smash it, we got more in the back. If it breaks, it's cool. We make more every day, and the workers are paid fairly. So, you know, break it, tap it, give it a little boop, whatever you want to do. Just come back and see us Saturdays at 8. We do these every week. Look out, Germ Dove. Just don't get hit. Those 2 coins. Yeah, the disco shell tracks your movement. So Germ Dove, looking to kind of do a little juke there. Wait, oh, they reset. I see. Oh, right, they were out of coins. They couldn't jump. Remember, 0 coins equals 0 jumps. I just keep saying that over and over for friends that might have come in recently. If you gotta spend money to make jumps. You know the saying. I believe it was Benjamin Franklin who once said, "The plumber must jump if only a coin in hand." Think on it, won't you? Chef Boy Eric, too, going for the strat that Mr. Hank Scorpio was using. Instead of shooting the red Koopa at the start once, they're bopping it and shooting it twice. I really understand how that is a very fair assumption. I actually think that you're sort of outbraining the level. Like, you could shoot the Koopa once, but the observant player notices you could get 2 coins out of that. And it's not a far-fetched to assume that that's what the maker actually intends for you to do. You just don't know why yet. So that's really clever thinking. Really great gameplay overall from a lot of people tonight. How's it going there, Perpetual Snow? Thanks for joining us. It's Endless Ascent, Chef Boy Eric, Germ Dove, Mr. Hank Scorpio, and friends. And me and you and all the rest. And you got too many cooks. Alright. With just enough cooks. Any more and it would get weird. I think if you're looking for something to get excited about next week, Fire. I think you ought to know Fire by now. Maker of really cool, classy, fun, like really visually striking levels. I really enjoyed. I think they are our maker for next week. I'm trying to think about things to promote. Oh yeah, the streamers. Go and follow them. See those names on the screen? Type it in to your browser, go to their page, give them a follow, give them a sub, and you know you probably won't click away from a friend that you didn't meet yet. Everybody, you know, we say Romhack races. We're here for everybody, and you know everybody wants to kind of get their name out there a little bit, show their skills off, be like, hey, I'm a streamer, I'm here. So hit them up with a follow, do the cool community building thing, and that's a good thing to do. It is Fire next week. Cool. I want to share again, and I believe Doc has the link in chat. While we're just hanging out with each other, enjoying the time tonight, I would like to remind everybody not to get too rough, but I would like to remind everybody that tonight's race and this year's KLDC, as well as probably many races in the future. I think it's just an ongoing sort of thing from here on out. Tonight's race in particular is the first of many races that are dedicated in loving memory of someone who had to go recently. Ugg Rochester was a kind streamer and a good person, a friend and a kind supporter, a lover of Kaizo, Super Mario, nerdy stuff, Star Wars, and the culture that brought us all together. Tonight's race is dedicated with love to someone who left us a bit too soon. I hope that y'all can get something good out of what we're doing here. The friendship, the excitement, the good memories and times we have, they're very special. And Romhacking, Kaizo in particular, because we make it ourselves. We didn't go and buy these nice memories from some AAA game developer. This was people like Ugg Rochester and Jiwa Gui and Dr. No and us getting together, making streams. People like Germdove getting in the pipe. Watch out in the lower left. Check out that memorial video whenever you want to in a calm space. That's for everyone. Pudge provided that for us, and that's for everyone to watch whenever you'd like, when you're in the mood. Didn't want to just drop a huge feels bomb on everybody right out. That's for you to enjoy. And Germdove, that H is for you to enjoy. I'm sure you'll be very proud of what we're doing, and I hope that we can carry on with honor. So don't forget, try to be here now and try to let people know what they mean to you. Check out our video. Well, not Pudge's. It's his. But not to get too super heavy about it, but it's been a rough weekend in the Kaizo community. I know we've all been feeling a lot of feels. I know I have. Ugg was someone very kind that personally I wish I would have gotten to talk to more. So I hope that y'all just be good, like I know you are. I mean that, like I know you are. Just keep doing that. And let's remember all the good stuff. CO Kadelic here. Speaking of good friends, jumping in the lower left-hand corner, Mr. Hank Scorpio, Chef Boy Eric, Endless Ascent. And with that, I will say, from me to you, thank you for making Romhack Races a part of this. For those that race, those that volunteer, those that build the levels, those that just hang out and chat and watch, those that are helping out behind the scenes whenever they can. It's an honor for me to be in this position, and it's an honor to bring this kind of thing to people. I think that the work we've done through Romhack Races is very powerful and has done a lot of good for Romhacking and Kaizo in general. Obviously, not to take all the credit, wouldn't be due. There's a lot of people who have contributed in a lot of different areas. But a lot of that is happening here on Romhack Races. We've put together successful GDQ marathon relays at this point, several successful charity marathons, and we've been going strong for 206 weeks with no sign of slowing down. The rest of this year is absolutely stacked, as we like to mention, with great makers and a lot of fun to have. There's a lot more good things coming up in Kaizo and projects that could take things to a whole other level. We don't know. And I'm really glad to share the ride with everybody. I grew up with Kaizo, Super Mario World, and Mario, before Kaizo, I grew up with just regular Mario World, and then later found the Romhacks. And growing up, I always played by myself. I didn't know anyone that was into this or cared. Didn't know anyone that wanted to get into the weeds about how high Mario can jump and which enemies you are safe to spin jump on or not. Nobody cared. But all you care, and I feel like that's a sort of a found family for me. Kaizo is, in particular for me, I think, it is my home, not just a place where I'm passing through or something that I want to just get something from, other than I love the game and I love being a part of this. And I think that's that way for a lot of people, have found a sense of found family here. And Ugg was one of those family members. And so I hope y'all know whatever part you play here is significant. And I hope that Kaizo can be a place where your passions can be lived and celebrated. Love Glitch Cat. If you'll excuse me, dual purpose here. I'd like to stand up myself, grab a little drink. I ran out of lemonade. And I think maybe we should just take a little bit of time to enjoy the soothing sounds of Super Mario World Kaizo. Just let yourself have a moment of silence, think about everything, and just enjoy the game. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm still here, still selling real doors. Are you tired of fake doors cluttering up your house and you can't ever get them open? You never get into another room? Get on down to Real Doors. That's us. You could fill a whole hallway up with them. They all open, they all go into another room. Real Doors, buythemonline.com. Forever is our website, domain address. And you can learn more information at Real Doors Buy Them Online for true.com/org.gov. I hope you're all having a lovely night. Just trying to, be a little silly, make you laugh. Be an entertainer. Still got Endless. We still got Chef Boy Eric. We still got CO. We still got Mr. Hank Scorpio. This is a tougher one tonight, so again, keep in mind the difficulty is a factor in clear times. And again, these are not bad players by any means. It's not uncommon. Those who play a lot of Kaizo would know, but it is not uncommon in Kaizo at this level of difficulty to spend 1 or 2 or 3, maybe more hours on a level or maybe just a checkpoint section. It's not at all uncommon at the real upper echelons of Kaizo to spend, who knows, 50 hours on a level. Some levels, who knows how long you could possibly spend on them. Granted, not all at once. I like to think of it as a sort of sculpting, a sort of polishing. The run that beats the level. That's the thing that you are sculpting. But you just take little pieces off, with your hammer and chisel as you go. And you gotta polish it a little bit. Oh, I always slip off that block. Oh, I knew that and I screwed it up. Oh, you're polishing. And by the end of it, when you have your fully polished run, there it is. Winning is what happens once you've played enough. It's not something that you do or strive for. It's just it just happens, right? Germdove, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. The gimmick here tonight is that coins pay for jumps. So, get your Wario emotes out. These are our final 4 racers here. Endless Ascent in the upper left. Chef Boy Eric in the upper right. CO Cadelic in the lower left. And Mr. Hank Scorpio in the lower left. Follow them on Twitch for a good time. And follow Romhack Races if you feel like it, because we'll be having another level from Fire next week. I know I say this stuff repeatedly. It's for the benefit of people who may have joined since the last time I mentioned it. I just want to point that out, because I've had people be like, "You say the same thing like over and over." Well, yeah, it's because people come in on raids or whatever. You might not know. And I don't want you to have to feel, some people don't want to ask. It's like, I feel dumb or whatever. You shouldn't feel dumb. You should definitely just ask. But to get out ahead of that and to do it for you, nobody likes to ask. Everybody likes to be considered and not have to ask to be considered. You really want to try, consideration, mindfulness, kindness for people. Don't even make it so they don't have to ask. Try to consider them ahead of time. You know what I mean? People like that. They like to be surprised. An afternoon radio show where they repeat the topic of the day. I learn all sorts of things, all sorts of different things when I watch when I listen to the radio. Like how you can get a brand new and used car down at Ted Nanson's Used Car and Auto for only $5.95 FM for the road. Hey, we come down to get a new used car, 49% APR. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. But really, at Ted Nanson's Used Car and Auto, we have personally slept in each one of the cars to determine that it's good. So consider that when making your next purchase of a beat-up old piece of junk. At Ted Nanson's, we don't even care if there's tires on it. Some tires, no tires, wooden tires, it doesn't matter. So get on down to Ted Nanson's and get your new vehicle today. Oh, that's Ted Nanson with an N. Ted Danson's nothing to do with this. They're an actor of some sort. Ted Nanson, on the other hand, a cheeky used car salesman character I made up. Completely distinct. Well, Ted Nanson's brother Jeffrold is more successful. He owns the BMW dealership, the Porsche dealership down the block, and he's always letting them hear about it at family reunions. Oh, you know, here's something to celebrate. I would like to extend a happy Labor Day for everyone. Happy Labor Day weekend. Workers' rights are super duper important. Talk about your salaries and get a raise. Don't take any guff from these bosses. Stand up for yourselves, organize, and make some good conditions for everybody because the people need money. So happy Labor Day, and don't forget the brave men, women, non-binary pals, trans friends, and everyone who helped get these things for everybody. I know my home state especially has a long history of lots of things like that. Lots of coal mining in this area, lots of industrial places, lots of good catchy folk songs, don't you know? So, happy Labor Day for everybody. Remember to act your wage. Just want to point that out, you know, for everybody. And, you know, that too being said, thanks for the subs and bits and stuff. All of that, all the money from that goes right back into the Romhack race community so we can pay for server costs, commission emotes, and other special stuff around the shop. We're volunteers. Nobody's specifically drawing a paycheck from Romhack races. I take my Saturdays to do this. Doc takes theirs. The scouts are doing that. Folks aren't on their normal streams or doing their normal thing. I think personally, and I think I speak for everybody, that's a good thing that we can do for the community to have this exist, you know? Sometimes art is, I wanted there to exist something in the world that did not exist before I made it there, and that's reason enough. So thanks for those contributions. We appreciate that. I don't know, y'all doing okay? How are you? We're hanging out here. We're looking for a clear. We got 15-ish minutes. Remember, this is a long one. tough level tonight. We'll see if we're going to kick it for some overtime or not, but there's plenty more Kaizo to watch on Twitch. Usually we schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts. Doing all right? I'm glad to hear that. Say, poke your nose around in the Romhack or in the Mario World directory. See if you can find some new Kaizo streamers. Someone, hanging out. Your favorite sports team won today? That's awesome. Go winners. Which one? The winners, of course, not like those losers. The ones in the cool jerseys, not the ones in the dumb jerseys. But in all seriousness, GG. I know that's actually a thing. Not to make too many sports team jokes. I know that, I know that actually matters and people will care about that. Hey, GG. GG. Good job. Good job, sport team. I hope you really get some good vibes from that. Oh, you're making sports team joke. Well, everybody likes a good sports team joke, but I think sometimes this is just IMO. Just IMO. But I think sometimes it's a little easy to, it can be a kind of jerk, mean reaction on gamers to always do the sport team. I know that lots of, sports tends to go to a weird culture, but there's lots of folks even that play Kaizo that are into sports or like that kind of thing, and it's not inherently a crappy culture necessarily. Just for what it's worth, We like to kid, but I also want to say, for the sports fans, hey, that's cool too. You can totally be a sports fan and still hang out with us. That's all right. I watch a bit of hockey. If I had to pick a sport I like, I like hockey. I know how it works. I know how all the sports work because it's interesting in some way. Hockey's okay. I've seen some hockey games. It's cool. It's cool that they do it on ice. It's just like an extra challenge. It's like hockey is Kaizo soccer. Change my mind. Excuse me. Hockey is Kaizo field hockey. Can we have ice-based lacrosse? And certainly Buddha sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think in some cases too, you got like the minor leagues and more local kind of stuff like that gets a little bit more, spirit of the game kind of thing. But that certainly is a distraction, isn't it? I like games, I like games and I like game play, wherever that is, right? Maybe I don't necessarily vibe so much with the athleticism and all that going on, but at the end of the day, it's a game being played by gamers. Even the biggest, burliest footballer linebacker is a gamer. I'm sorry, have I used my nomenclature incorrectly? Because I haven't. At the end of the day, even Joseph Jaccarino, the star quarterback, they're a gamer of a sort. What do you mean? They're playing a game. They're playing it at a high level of skill and proficiency. What do you want from them? We're all gamers, man. Woman and non-binary friend. We're all gamers at our heart. Video gamers and athletes don't have to fight. We're all gamers. What's that William Burroughs quote? This universe seems to be primarily based on war and games. I mean, you gotta figure, too. The same kind of quick reaction, and take I don't know, baseball. Take Major League Baseball, for example. That's a very tactical game. And I'm not even really like a baseball fan, but I know about how it goes. Baseball is a tactical game. You're analyzing a lot of options and strategies. You're considering, okay, this up against this. You're considering matchups between the pitcher and the batter. You're doing a lot of gaming, and that same kind of thing could very well be applied to some other video game. I mean, really, think about it. Maybe a pro baseball player could have been a pro League of Legends player or something like that, because the same kind of really intensive on-the-fly strategy is the skills cross over, right? Commentary matters. Is this how you're telling me I'm fired? After 200 weeks, this is how you tell me? No, I'm just kidding. Well, I do sort of want to do that same thing. I want to bring Kaizo to people. I want you to understand, even if you don't know anything about what's going on here, I hope that you can come away from these races knowing a little bit more than you did, understanding why what is going on is going on. So, let me know. The door's open for feedback and this and that. Try to do what I can. Well, cool. Thanks for being a part of it. This song is going to be in my head all night. It's a catchy one. I just noticed that the way Endless Ascent is throwing that shell, it's giving it a weird amount of speed, and that's why it's not reacting the same way to the triangles. That's a tricky thing to catch in one's gameplay. Yeah, GUI has put out some good stuff. Staccato is also good. And I'm not allowed to know this, so please don't tell me. But I wonder maybe we'll have a KLDC level from some of these makers. I don't know who submitted what. Please don't tell me. But, I mean, I can kind of guess who the usual suspects might be. As a judge, I'm not. I am playing the levels without knowing who made them, and I promise, sticking to that. I'm going to do that with every one of them. I'm going to do an honorable job. I mean that. But at the same time, I know who the usual suspects are whose level I may be seeing. So we'll just, just ignoring that, but nonetheless. Thanks. Yeah, I try for that. On a personal note, I mean, that's something that I try for with my commentary, to leave people with more of an understanding, to get into the mechanics and the nuts and bolts of it, and I try to catch things. I think the trick for video game commentary is to break it down one step further than you think you need to. You have to explain jargon, and you have to be quick about it too. You just they died on the muncher, that's that black piranha plant there. They're trying to throw the grab block, you see that flashing block in their hands. Things like that. You got to be real quick about it. And being able to kind of throw those things in for people, that's where you hook them. That's where you can get into teachable moments. I've seen, it's funny because I've seen so much video game commentary. I'm about to complete my 7th full-time year of streaming. Did you know that? In January, I will be starting my 8th year. I've just inundated myself with so much speedrun commentary, video game commentary, AGDQ runs commentary. I could absolutely do that. I could narrate almost anything as though it were a freaking speedrun. Hey, can we please give it up in chat for the racers tonight? This is some tough stuff, and this is some good gameplay at 2 hours, and it's tough to have this kind of endurance, so please, put your hands together. Kind of clappy. So we're watching for a clear here. Getting on in the night. Chef Boy Eric on the second section. Mr. Hank Scorpio and CO Cadelic. I'm sorry. Chef Boy Eric, Mr. Hank Scorpio, second section. Endless Ascent and CO Cadelic on the first section. Which, consider, I mean, really, 2 hours on the first section. That's determination. Dedication. It's commendable. All right, we usually schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts, and tonight we're going to go for a 5-minute overtime. It's not even sudden death overtime. The racers are welcome to continue on with the levels and stuff. You're welcome to try the level for yourself over on romhackraces.com. if you're interested. You don't have to race necessarily. We're going to give it a 5 to see if anyone can make it out of here alive. And then we're going to hit up with a raid. But, you know, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of this. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, whatever you got, please put them in chat. Shoutouts again, Darkanon, SQL Infection, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, Louis Douce for helping test with this one. Thanks again, Gooey, for making it. It's a good time, good brain. This is a tough one, but I think it's one that, how do I want to say this, earns the right to be as hard as it is. It's just tough. It's tough and brainy. And there's a certain point where simply being tough and brainy is not unfair. You know what I mean? You know, some things are just on a certain level. It's just tough. You know, Rainbow Llamas, this reminds me of this TikTok stitch that I saw somebody do. And I can't find the video now, but it's someone who's commentating over this other video of just these people doing ridiculous, silly things. Like, two gentlemen sit down at a table. One of them is dressed like a clown. The other is dressed like a businessman. The clown takes a napkin out, folds it, and sets it down. The businessman responds by turning a fork, but then gets up like he lost a round. I want to find that video again. Yeah, I want that more, because those are super funny. But that's exactly what that reminds me of, where it's just like this bunch of all this silly, inconsequential stuff is happening. And the guy in the commentary is just like, okay, the Cowboys going for the fork strat. Oh, that was a good fork turn. Okay. All right, bait. All right, pretty good bait. All right, fork turns are all right. Yeah, all right, outdated. Let's see what he's got next. Okay, the yo-yo. I did not see that. Yeah, that's what you get when you try to play for the yo-yo. Broken string. Unfortunate, but yeah, that is how it goes with yo-yos. Kind of a glass cannon there. Okay, what do we got now? We got now the fireman with the umbrella. Okay, all right. I haven't seen an umbrella main in a while. He pulls it off. Oh, gosh. Wow, that's some really solid umbrella play. That fireman must know something else that we don't. And just on and on and on and on and on like that forever. Okay, he's pulling out the xylophone. Does he know the whole melody? He does. Well, I mean, you know, when you main fireman, you're kind of in it for the long run. You know, the best fireman players have been doing it for a long time and have just really committed to memory a lot of the, like, umbrella unfolding strats that take on, like Scuba Diver, for example. Like, you know, I mean, really, you need umbrella against Scuba Diver, or what are you going to do, right? So, if you're maining fireman, you have really worked on, like anti-scuba meta, the whole Dollar General skip thing. You have to get that down. Stuff like that, right? Like, fireman is a commitment to play. You get a lot of power out of it, right? The giant the hot dog roll up strat. I mean, who could forget Evo 2014? But it's a commitment. You really have to spend some time with that character in particular. Plus, drinking from the hose meta has evolved a lot in recent years, and I don't think we've actually seen what it really is going to do. So there's that as a counter for, like, paper cut or lawn care specialists. Lawn care specialists especially, honestly. Their days are numbered. Alright, yo, but we're all, you know, I'm just hanging out being silly. These racers are still hanging out doing a good time, but for tonight, we are going to throw it over for a raid. we're going to throw it over to CO Kadelic, a good friend and true. Enjoy their stream, go around the community, and follow some Kaizo makers, racers. We'll see you all again next Saturday for another race. And once again, you know, you matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 long boy furret. Here's the thing, you know, the people who matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. If you've been waiting on saying something or maybe just reaching out to a friend, consider this a little nudge from the universe tonight for you to maybe try to do that. It's a good thing to do. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter, you too. I hope we could make your morning a little bit better, and I hope that we can all kind of go forward together with good friendship, good power. Kaizo has a lot to offer. Our community is full of great people, and I hope that we can all go forward and make the most of that. Keep working on your upside down fireman game, and we'll see you all again next week for another level from Fire. Take care, everybody. Keep hacking. Peace out.